Back of that, police officers killed in the line of duty are being honoured in Pretoria today. Let's take you straight there. That's where we find my colleague, Michael Apple, who's going to be following developments there for us. Michael, the very people tasked with protecting us are the very people who come under attack at the best of times. As flags fly at half-mast this morning, what is the message from where you are?
Yeah, that's right. It's such an incredible day. It's an event that I've been at for the last couple of years, and we are at the Union Buildings here in the amphitheatre. There are a whole bunch of police cadets here. A lot of very high-ranking police officials will be here. The minister will be here a little bit later this morning. The program expected to get underway at 9 o'clock. It's to honor the heroes and heroines that have laid down their lives, paid the ultimate price over the last financial year. At this event last year, there were 40 police officers whose names go up on plaques here, with all the police officers who've lost their lives over the years being immortalized here. To speak about some of the main messages that are going to come out to the community and get out to the public today, I'm joined by Lieutenant General Mgwenya, who's the Deputy National Commissioner for Human Resource Management. Ma'am, thank you so much. What an important day, and you have a very important job.
Good morning to you and good morning to the viewers. Indeed, we have an important job to do. Today is the National Commemoration Day. As he rightly indicated, is the day on which we are commemorating our heroes and heroines who would have fallen in line of duty. I also want to take this opportunity to call upon communities to respond to the clarion call by Cabinet, whereby we are requesting them to observe a moment of silence prior to commencing with their Sunday service today in support of the commemoration day. But we also want to utilize this opportunity to call upon communities to say it's time for them to say no to the killings of police. We need to work together, and we are appealing to them to support us by saying no to police killings.
General, let me touch on the health and wellness of our men and women in blue, especially the psychological well-being of our police officers. They have an incredibly dangerous job. It's incredibly stressful. Are we looking after our police officers?
Indeed, police officers are on a daily basis facing traumatic incidents which affects them psychologically. Within the South African Police Service, we have employee wellness programs, health and wellness programs. We have psychological services, we have social services, and we have spiritual services which are intended to support members. I must say, we made it compulsory for members, especially those that are attached to the high-risk unit. We made it compulsory for them to periodically go for counseling. But I must also say, on a daily basis, as and when they experience traumatic incidents, it is compulsory for them to undergo counseling. Other than the psychologists and the social workers or the chaplains, we also ensure that even the commanders are trained as first responders. They give counseling immediately after the incident. But further, within our medical aid, PolMed, we also have psychosocial services that are provided to our members, those that are not comfortable consulting internally.
Well, General, I'm glad to hear that there is counselling that's given immediately after some of the incidents that our police officers go through. Let's speak about in the case of a tragedy happening, a police officer is shot dead or killed in the line of duty. There is a payout to the families. Let's speak about that element of it.
Yes, we do have a payout to the family, an immediate payout. We call it a death grant, which is an amount of 250,000 that is paid up within 4 days. I must say there will be very few cases where maybe there will be challenges in terms of processing documents, but we ensure that that money gets paid out within 4 days, which is intended as a relief. But also I must indicate that for members of the South African Police Service who would have lost their lives, we will be processing their service termination documents to ensure that the families get their benefits timelessly.
The families and, of course, children. There's a police trust. A lot of people don't know that the police put a lot of children through school and through tertiary education.
Yes, we have the South African Police Service Education Trust, which was established in 2010. Since its inception, we have thus far paid for 1,034 children of the departed members of the South African Police Service. They range between from primary, high school, and some are at tertiary. Up to so far, we have already spent over 4 million towards the payment of those children of our departed heroes and heroines.
General, lastly, it's going to be a very difficult day. Take us through what the families are going to experience on a day like this. Well, I've been here year in and year out. It's an incredibly traumatic day for the families today.
I would agree with you. It's not going to be an easy day. We are here on an annual basis, I must say. Every day we are here, it's like a new day. We don't get used to this. And for families, it's very difficult. What will be happening, families will be, the names of the members of the departed, as you indicated earlier, will be engraved, have been engraved on the plates. Their names will be called, and family members will be ushered to lay wreath on the stage there. And then thereafter, what will happen, we also provide immediate counseling services, whereby they also get given some, the children will be given teddy bears, cushions, which will serve as comfort immediately they descend the podium. I must say, it is not an easy one. We all, on a yearly basis, on this day, we find ourselves shedding tears. It's not an easy one for any of us.
General, thank you so much. It certainly is going to be a very difficult day, but another man who has a very difficult job is the component head of proactive policing. Lieutenant General Nyalunga, thank you so much for joining me. Firstly, proactive policing, what is that exactly, General?
Oh, let me correct first. You just called me Lieutenant General. That's a Lieutenant General. I'm the Major General. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, yes, I'm responsible for proactive policing, and we are always reminding our members on the safety, so that we don't lose our members on the ground. And we are also reminding our members continuously in terms of having to attain to issues such as maintenance shooting, so that they always are ready and effective at all times. And we continue also ensuring that the stations are protected. We have taken a step through TMS, which is a technology management system, that we ensure that in each and every police station there is a CCTV camera. And the parameters of the fence in the station, we always inspect those things. We go down to the stations to inspect and make sure that there is compliance in relation to the policies that we have. So we protect our members concerning with that, and we insist every time to wear bulletproofs. And at some point, a human being will always not obey the laws, but we make sure that they wear that bulletproof, because it is the item that will save their lives. If they don't wear bulletproofs, obviously they will be shot and killed or harmed. We have seen in the statistics that has been shown that there are members of the police who are, as I said, not adhering to the prescripts, who are still not wanting to wear the bulletproofs, because whatever they do with it. But in some instances, the technology that is sitting there in that bulletproof, it has been proven not to be accurate. It's there, but it's not accurate. So we encourage them to say, we will assist you with the body cam. It's a new issue now that we're talking about, to say we need to increase the safety of our members by giving them the technology. They must have body cams so that wherever they are, we can also review the scene in which they were finding themselves in.
And their conduct at those scenes.
And their conduct at those things, the other scenes, yes, because they need to protect the crime scene at all costs. So we then engaging with there is a company that talks to body cam and tasers. So we are talking to, in as much as we are protecting members of the community against criminals, also our members, as I said, need to be protected, because we rely on them to always make sure they guard against anything that goes with corruption and anything else, so that when they are doing their duties, they are doing their duty in mind, having to say they are protecting the country, they are protecting the citizens of this country, and we are also entitled from them, entitled from the community to be saved also, to be protected also. Because if you also only put a police officer and the community is not protected, there will be mayhem. So we at all times ensure that every member who is wearing this uniform make sure that while they were out there, they must take steps that are vigilant, in other words, to protect themselves. They must take steps and be aware at all times. Hence, we say in a continuous basis, they're supposed to do what we call maintenance shooting. And we are now taking a program, or borrowing a program, of the TRTs. We have been talking about Ingobo. In Ngobo, there was no TRTs, but now we have a committee which I'm chairing, the committee that always consistently talk to issues of Ngobo in a meeting. And then we update ourselves, we update the members, we update the province, we update everyone to say, from now on, this is how you're going to deliver the services which the community is entitled to.
General, lastly, proactive policing, it's an incredibly difficult job that police officers do on a daily basis. You've mentioned in Ngobo, where criminals brazenly went into a situation and killed police officers. What's your message to the men and women in blue who do this incredibly difficult and dangerous job on a daily basis?
Yeah, we salute our women and blue, and women and men in blue. We salute them because they are braveries. They are, they go in there when they are called. They go in there, and that is where fatalities take place. Our members are shot. There is limitation on certain aspects which we cannot handle at this stage. Where our members are shot in the head, I mean, you will need the bulletproof in the head.
Yeah.
So, but we need those technology that might assist us in future to say, because these criminals are very now aware that the police are vulnerable, so if they can't shot the body, they will shoot the head.
Yeah.
So even when their car is moving, they shot the car, they just throw bullets in the car.
Yeah.
So those things, we're trying to find a way, particularly to say, how can we come up with a technology which has a bulletproof on the windscreen and on the side of the car, at least to minimize fatalities of our members. So it's those things which we are currently on the table to say, as we are talking to Ngobo issues, we are following that as a benchmarking process, a benchmarking activity, to say this is how it would happen in Ngobo, this should not happen again. This is what happened in Ngobo, this should not be done again. So that we then roll out the whole process to the nation, into all the police stations. The same way in the police station where there must be safety, because the police station will then, will remain vulnerable if there is no protection. I've identified, I have spoken about the CCTV cameras, which is still on the rollout. Yeah. So then in the police station itself, there will be measures where we have a glass, which is a bulletproof, because criminals just, which is a bulletproof. So we are continually trying to upgrade, continually trying to make sure that there are stringent security measures in each and every station, and we have the same standard. We should not have different standards.
Yeah.
So we should have the same standard. If there are 10 members deployed in the police in the CSC or in the police station, those members must be the protectors of the police station.
Yeah.
And of course, we will be supporting them.
Yeah.
Those members, where stations have few members, then we talk to the general here,
Yeah.
who was here to say, in this station, the ratio of police officer in relation to community needs to be taken care of.
Yes.
Because you cannot just leave one person or two persons served by 10 or 20 people on the queue, and these two people are overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So then they start to have fatigue, they are tired, and perhaps
mistakes are made.
where mistakes are made. Yeah.
General, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much. The official program is supposed to get underway in the next few minutes, around about 9 o'clock. It's going to be very difficult, but such an important day for the men and women in blue, as those that have given their lives are immortalized here. Their names will be unveiled on a plaque up against the wall over there. We'll get